Dungeon Masters of Reddit, recount the most exploited useless items. Magical rubber duck turns whatever body of water it is in, slowly into the perfect bath. As in warm and bubbly, chucked it in a piranha pit. About 20 minutes later the piranhas were all dead from poisoning via soap. Floaty rock that gains, loses buoyancy based on its temperature. As a warlock with prestidigitation, and a rope I could use it to hover and float very slowly, had no way to steer but hey useful when stuck in a pit or on a high place. Rat flute that summons a horde of rats a la the Pied Piper, can also be used to control any rat-like being. Including a criminal known as the Rat simply because he's a snitch. Had a lot of fun with that. I gave my players an amulet that lets them speak to rocks. The one player who picked it up spent most of that session talking to his new pet rock, and would often interrogate rocks they find at scenes for information, usually getting either vague info, or stuff they can clearly see already, because it's a rock. Later on another party member wanted to try talking to another rock, actually a pile of rocks made into a crude gravestone related to their character's backstory, only for the first party member to find out the amulet was cursed and they couldn't remove it. Later on they got it removed and had the amulet identified, where I revealed that the amulet only let them think they could speak to rocks, and all the information they had asked of rocks was only information that was already known to them. They basically started using the now uncursed version of the amulet as a tool to ask me for information they had forgotten or needed clarity on, but in character rather than just ask me out of character, which was great. Bagpipes of invisibility. They grant invisibility as long as they're played. Silence is one hell of a spell. A wand of lesser summon. Only bringing out local creatures in celestial form. Fish. They picked fish. Just throwing trout in stacks to trigger traps and such. Need to slow down your pursuer? Many fish. Need a distraction? Fish has thrown object. I told them that it can summon literally any local creature, but on every character sheet was the word fish gun. A random encounter in the woods got the players a crow mask that makes it so you can only call like a crow when wearing, based off a Slay the Spire item. It can be removed without issues, so it's a silly flavor item. However, the players are convinced it's the secret MacGuffin of this campaign, and keep trying to use it for everything. Most times are failures. But a few times, the stars align and it somehow works. They used it to calm a weird mutated child down so that they could ask it questions to learn about an ambush. They used Enlarge plus Mask plus super high deception and performance roll to convince a cult that the fighter was a stronger god than the one they were worshipping. They constantly use it to make every town guard think they are too much trouble to be worth hassling. My party were camping in a barn and made friends with a goose. I allowed them to take the goose with them as a guard goose, emergency food. In the process of dungeon crawling they find a gold bracer. The cuff was a soul-bound item that would cause whoever wore it to randomly be possessed by a Lich King. With the idea that the next quest would be removing it from the affected party member. After thorough inspection the party discovered an evil aura surrounding the cuff. So they put it on the goose. The theory was that since the goose was chaotic neutral it would balance out the evil of the bracer. So now they had a chaotic neutral guard goose that would randomly be possessed by a neutral evil lich, take on the appearance of a zombie goose and cast random spells, though a series of honks and hisses. Thanks for watching the Obsessed Gamers The Best Of. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.